Okay, so here's a little bit of a difficult question for you. Do you ever think about what's going to happen after you die?
Now, we're not trying to bring you down, but it is important to organize your assets while you're alive to help avoid family fights once you're gone. A recent AARP survey finds roughly 40% of baby boomers have yet to draw up a will. That number grows to 71% for all Americans over the age of 34. Now, there are several excuses. Procrastination, lack of incentive, and expense top the list. But as we hear in today's Angie's List report, not thinking about your own demise can really cost your loved ones. Susan Elser plans finances for people while they live. She tries to do the same for when they die. If you die without a will, your assets go to your spouse if you have established joint ownership. Any asset not jointly owned, like a car or a piece of jewelry, could cause lengthy and stressful legal battles.
The key things are to decide who you would want to have the assets that you have, especially if you're in a second marriage and you're trying to provide for both your spouse as well as children from a previous marriage.
She says many people don't even think about a will until they become parents. But Angie Hicks, founder of Angie's List, says a will is important no matter how big your family is.
While no one looks forward to planning their estate or funeral, it's something we should all do because it can be considered a gift to your family because you're reducing stress that would be on them at that time.
An estate planning attorney can offer advice and file the necessary paperwork to make sure your resources go where you want them. Elser strongly recommends that parents establish a trust that allocates inheritance at certain ages so kids don't get too much too soon.
Trusts are great for people that have young children, people that have a lot of wealth and they're worried about ruining their children's work ethic, people who have a disabled child.
She says this is also the time to create a health care directive should a medical crisis leave you unable to communicate.
Would you want to be artificially sustained through nutrition and a respirator? It's very important to make that decision yourself so that you're not leaving that burden to a family member to make.
Some may think wills and trusts are something only wealthy people need.
You don't need to be wealthy to need a will. Everyone should consider one because it'll help just make distribution of your things, even the sentimental items, easier and alleviate stress and fighting in your family.
And although there are several ways to create your own will, Elser suggests leaving the task to the professionals.
If you write your own will, it needs to be notarized by other people and dated. And if you dated it a different date than someone else dated it after when they were notarizing or witnessing it, that's where it becomes tricky.
Giving your family and friends the best chance to be at peace as you rest in peace. Angie says to expect to pay at least $1,500 for even the most basic estate planning services, but to make sure you understand all the fees up front. She says to double check your life insurance and retirement account beneficiaries because those will supersede whatever is written in your will.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Wow, how about that? Now, estate planning doesn't just have to do with money. It's a way to be assured that you have a say in how your legacy is going to play out once you're gone. Christoph Clark Emmert is an associate attorney with the law firm of Tunnell and Racer in Sussex County, and she says that children, young and old, need to be considered.
Your child, until they're 18, still needs a guardian. So if something happened to both parents, obviously someone would need to be there to raise the child through the age of 18. But really, even after that, you may not be around, but you may want to leave a legacy for your child. You may want to provide funds so that they can go to college, or so that they can buy their first house, or to help with a wedding.
Now, Emmert also says it's important to revisit the documents every few years because life situations often change.
Yeah, well, it's true. We can't live forever, so why not live it up while we're here? Well, that's exactly what the athletes you're about to meet are doing. See how they're breaking senior stereotypes.
Also learning how a different type of therapy can help you maintain an active lifestyle like that. You're going to see how restorative therapy can keep you motivated and keep you moving.
But first, we've teamed up with Sussex County Federal Credit Union to help you make better sense of your money. Here's Jeff with this week's tip.
On behalf of Sussex County Federal Credit Union, I'm Jeff Murphy. Fact or fiction? The better my job, the better my credit. Fiction. Your credit report includes information about how you use credit and how you manage your debt, but not your salary or job title. It can show some type of employment history if you provided that information to a lender on a credit application in the past. Still, that information is simply used to identify you, not to calculate your credit score. Indirectly, your job and salary can affect your ability to repay your debt, and lenders will want to know your employment status for that reason. Whether your job title and income are classified as blue collar or white collar, it doesn't matter if you manage your credit wisely and make your payments on time. Sussex County Federal Credit Union will see you in the neighborhood.